Hello there, Sir from 17 once again, bringing you my next walkthrough, and as you can tell, it's Star Wars Force Unleashed 2 on Unleashed difficulty. But the first thing I'm going to say is, aside from the fact I hate this fucking game, but you will notice I am completely upgraded. I am fully upgraded. My character is about as strong as it gets, minus maybe having max life and, you know, things of that nature. So this is effectively going to be a God mode guide. Excuse me. And I really apologise for that, and I'm so really pissed off because I played this game on hard and I didn't upgrade my character once. I did a no upgrade run of this game on hard and it was absolutely easy. It was an absolute cakewalk because this is not a challenging game. And then I attempted to do the challenges that's on this game to get the achievements for doing them. Excuse me. And because I was having problems with the challenges, I upgraded my character to help me do them. And then when I came to starting my Unleashed playthrough, it turns out you can't start a new game on Unleashed difficulty. You have to take your character across, and thus my character is fucking fully powered up and practically invincible. So this is not gonna be a great walkthrough. I didn't even want to upload it. I was so pissed off that the fucking developers have decided to do this. So this is I can't even get the words out. I can't even use intonation and enunciate how much I hate this right now. I mean, this game is a bad game anyway, and for it to have done this, it just fucking pissed me off. So all this is really going to be is for anybody that wants to watch some Force Unleashed gameplay, anybody that wants to listen to maybe some entertaining commentary if you enjoy what I say, and me showing you a handful of sneaky strategies to help you get through the remotely challenging aspects of the game, because it's just bullshit, man. The first Force Unleashed was a fantastic game. Don't get me wrong, I loved it. It wasn't the best game in the world, it certainly had problems, but it forced you to play Unleashed difficulty from a fresh start. And because of all the fucking pussies and all the achievement whores that don't want to play games and they want to get everything done for them, the developers have decided to allow you to carry your character over so that you can do it easily, and it's just bullshit. But a couple of techniques for this game. Dash all the time. If you're dashing, you can't be hit, and everything shoots you on this game. All the stormtroopers are constantly shooting and it chips away at your life, and because it is Unleashed difficulty, you do take a lot of damage, and it's high damage a lot of the time. So be as immobile as you can, evade as often as possible, and you see these two douchebags here, never use your sword on these, throw them off the ledge. Throw them off whatever they stood on, and if there's a force field up one of the red ones, throw them into that, because that'll destroy them instantly as well. There is no reason to fight that enemy with your sword, because it's just pointless. The force moves are so overpowered, you don't need anything else really. I personally love Force Grip because I used to do it all the time on the first game, but on this game your lightning seems to be super powerful, and the saber throw seems to be really effective as well. And this game is bad. This game has high production values, it has beautiful visuals and really nice mechanics as far as like the physics go, but it's a bad game. And I don't know how that happened, because the first game, to me, from an action perspective, was fine. It was not as tight or as precise as your Devil May Cry's or your God of War's or your Ninja Gaidens, but it was still fun because it looked good and it was Star Wars. Dude, you're carrying a fucking lightsaber. Who doesn't like lightsabers? If you don't like lightsabers, you're probably, I don't know, a fucking robot, because they get slashed by lightsabers. But you can't not like a lightsaber. It's cool, it's fun, and they've somehow managed to take all the fun away from Star Wars in this game, and the first game didn't have that. It had a ton of environments, a ton of interesting looking places to fight in, a variety of different enemies to kill. I mean, sure, you were doing the same things, but it was still fun. And there was a boss fight on almost every level, maybe 2 or 3. And there was, you know, your big bosses where you were taking on giant things, and then there was the one-on-ones with the lightsabers where you were having a proper duel, like Vader style. And this game's just kind of gone, well, people like using force powers and we like rain, so we'll just, you know, we'll have 3 levels, we'll make them overly long doing the same things, we'll have 4 different enemy types, and we'll have 2 costumes that look dog shit. That sounds like a good game, doesn't it? I'll play that all day. And they've just took 2 steps back from a game that had its problems but was essentially fun on a fundamental level. And it's unbelievable. How do they do this? It's like this game, right now we're on Kamino. This is the first level. And I'm telling you now, you're going to do about 4 levels on this game, think it's just 1 level, and realise you've only got 2 levels left. Because that's really what it's like. It's a 4-hour experience, even on its hardest difficulty. And this place, Kamino, is the last level. So not only are they reusing a fucking level twice, but there's only 4 levels in the game. It's like the first game, you went to a junkyard, you were killing Wookiees in like a treetop village, you were everywhere. You were on a fucking space station, you were on some random, you know, cloud city, and... Oh, and this game is the equivalent to Halo 2 corridors, just running through, you know, sterile looking environments, pushing doors open and killing dudes, and it's just tragic. But enough of me bitching, because I'm going to be bitching throughout this guide frequently when I see things I don't like, and there's a lot of stuff about this game I don't like, because it's just not programmed well enough to be this kind of game. It's like it's an action game and it tries to throw a ton of combos for you to use, but the combos are unresponsive and the animation frames are so long that you don't know when to stop and start and press the next button, so there's absolutely no precision, and when you're choosing your moves it almost becomes a button masher. But when you come outside, you see these red walls that are up against on these like generators. Throw every enemy into them, it's an instant kill. And especially for like these dudes, if you can throw him in, look at that, instantly kills anything these force fields, and this is a theme that will carry through this game. If you see any force fields, use it as a weapon. And you were literally immortal. Even if this was a fresh game, you can still use that move. So this is still not a challenge whatsoever. And just, you know, play intelligently, don't stand there and get shot. Block as often as you can, because you can block pretty much everything. Especially when people are shooting at you, you can move while you block on this game, and that's one of the things I really like about it. There's a ton of stuff I don't like, but moving and blocking is a fantastic concept. I like it a lot. And just keep dashing, keep chucking dudes into the force fields. And if you knock anybody down and you go up to them and you press X, it'll do that. It's an execution move. And it's a fantastic strategy against the tougher enemies, because you can throw them. When they're on the floor, you can execute them. And right now, you'll see that target reticle that's moving across the ground. That is a cannon that is up on that tower, and it will shoot at you. And the radius of that circle is the splash damage on that weapon, so make sure it doesn't hit you. And just keep moving through. And right now, the 2 lightsabers I'm using, I'm not too sure what they are, but what I've basically done is, the lightsabers on this game, I'm not too sure if it's the same as Force Unleashed 1, but they give you passive abilities. So instead of having to, you know, upgrade your regen, upgrade your life, upgrade stuff like that, you find stuff to do that on this game, and the lightsaber's passive abilities help you power up. And you'll notice I'm not using the enemies drop more green healing items when I kill them lightsaber crystals, and the reason for that is I wanted to try and make this as challenging as possible for a fully upgraded character, so instead I'm using these lightsabers. And straight away, when you're taking on these dudes, these big metal war trolls or whatever they are, grab the shield immediately and it'll take the shield away from them. And from then, you can electrocute them, you can keep your distance. Everything they fire at you, you can throw back at them. And if you use the lightsaber throw like I just did, it's a ridiculously overpowered move. And then when you see the button prompt above their head, if you press that button from almost any radius, it will teleport you into the animation. Which is fucking broken if you ask me, but I suppose it's a nice cheesy way of winning. And then just carry on down here. If you're not too sure what I just did then, I used the force grip to throw the machinery at the consoles to lower the force field. It's a mechanic that these games use frequently, so get used to doing it. And just, you can pretty much win this game by using the right trigger and nothing else. Just throw dudes off of the platforms continually. And if anybody's close to you, use your electricity to stun them, to give you a couple of seconds to get away or to attack them, depending on how you want to play. And this game is just not difficult, and I'm so upset that I couldn't do it from a fresh save, because watching me beat this game with a fully upgraded character is not going to help you at all. The only thing that I can really help with is if I find a way to exploit a boss, or if I find a spot where I can't be hurt and I can do maximum damage. And if you've just got Force Unleashed and maybe you're not that good at these kind of games and you're really struggling, I just feel sorry for you because I can't show you the best way to do it on a completely fresh basis. I can only show you what fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger would do in this situation because it's just upsetting. But the next guide I'll be posting will be a real guide as opposed to this god mode bullshit that you're watching. Or a little advice as well. When you do the sword combos, if you finish with the Y, it does the big electric sword version, and you can use that to attack people through walls, through objects, and on cheeky corners. And it's also a stun move, so you can spam it against the normal soldiers and continually stun them. You'll see me do that later on, but here we have another troll. The first thing I do, I grab his shield every time. Once you've grabbed his shield, you can throw stuff at him, you can electrocute him. He fires carbonite at you, so it'll freeze you if you're not careful. And look at that! One lightsaber throw gets him straight to dying. Obviously, my lightsaber throw is really upgraded. If you don't have it upgraded, it's still going to be really powerful because it's a super powerful move. Those trolls are not difficult though. Or those war droids, or whatever they're called, I don't fucking know. On this section right now, if you don't run towards the camera and keep dashing, you will get caught in that shot and you will die. So don't hang about, don't kill the stormtroopers, there's no point. Just run past them, keep boosting, and once you get to this doorway, you've done that section. And this is an interesting mechanic that could have been utilised a lot more in the game. You have to use a TIE fighter and throw it into that big lightning tower to make a bridge for you. And it just involves timing the lightsaber, what the fuck am I on about? The TIE fighters, is they come around the corner and then throwing them into the tower with your force grip. And it's a lot easier than it is catching TIE fighters on Force Unleashed 1. Because if anybody remembers the bringing down the Star Destroyer level, if you played that, the auto-aim was atrocious, man. That took me so long because the fucking game was fighting me. It really was. I was trying to do it and it just wasn't having anything. So jump across this gap and run across here, and don't be afraid of these two AT walkers or whatever they are, ATSTs, because the game's going to introduce you to the mechanic of going into super fucking crazy Jedi mode. There you go, Force Fury. And what this is you activate it and you complete psycho mode. You've got unlimited force powers, you're super powerful, you take less damage, you do more damage. It's just like the Rage of the Sparta or Rage of the Titans off of the God of War series. The only problem with it is you can only activate it when it's full, and it can take a while to build up if you're not getting a lot of force points. Goodness me, my voice keeps fucking up. But once you've killed those, all you have to do is kill these stormtroopers and that's the end of the level. This guide's gonna suck, dudes, I do apologise, but thanks for watching. Keep checking my channel out and you take care.